This thing is beyond timeline, which means when you have to decide your B school, that thing happens before CAT, maybe in the thought process during the CAT, definitely after the CAT, and finally after your GDPI. So whether you are aiming for the current year's CAT or the later one, this video is going to be the most useful video for you. Open your eyes and ears and of course your minds. Let's take a look at how you can decide B school for you with the help of IMS Tech. Step number one is that I want you to remember two things. You aspire for a B school before CAT. I want to get into Ahmedabad, Bangalore, Calcutta, Lucknow, Blacky, top 10, top 25, whatnot. And no, I'm going to get a 1 crore package as well. All these are aspirations. Good for you. They keep you motivated. But that is an aspiration. I want to be there. But you finalize your B school after your GDPI is done. Because that is when you will get the final call. Whether you get a call from a particular college or not, that decides what all choices you have. Please avoid a mental clash between these two. This mental clash has led to ruin of more people than you can actually imagine. Let me tell you a very interesting story. There was a particular girl. She got some 98 percentile or so in a year and she got a call from a couple of top IMs because of her profile, amazing profile. But she thought that no, I want to get into only IIM Ahmedabad, not in Bangalore, not in Calcutta, not in Lucknow. IIM Ahmedabad sadly did not give her the call. So she thought that she will repeat the year. I am not saying that it was a bad decision, that's her choice. But eventually, when next year happened, things did not pan out well for her. She worked really hard, but sometimes things can go here and there. From that, 98 or something, she came down to 97 percentile. Eventually, the other course that she had couple of months ago, last time, that was also gone. So what to do in that case? She eventually settled for some other college. That college was definitely not an IIM. She is doing well in her life, but she had that regret for a long time that, I missed out on something that I wanted to. That is exactly what happens when we are not able to resolve the clash between our aspired colleges and the final choices. You can have this discussion with somebody, but when your aspired colleges and final choices do not have a significant difference between them in terms of ROI and etc., it is a good idea to not straight away go for a blind call. I'm not going to do that. No. Be aware of this thing. And that is why I've created this video for you. So let's take a look at what to do when you are applying to B schools before the CAT result. Before the CAT results, how do you apply? There are some B schools, they know that the moment you get your CAT results, you will know what your, or rather I would say that the moment you get your CAT exam done, the response sheet is going to tell you. Your own response of the CAT is going to tell you the same day whether you will make it or not. Most of the top colleges will close their forms before the CAT exam. In that case, how do you miss out or how do you avoid missing out on such colleges? There is an interesting formula. Look for consistent mock scores. Consistent mock scores, whatever mocks you are taking. And please ensure that you take mock from trusted sources only. IMS has a great mock series, well respected in the industry. That is what I recommend. But there might be some other mock series also which are quite well respected in the industry. Well respected mock series are those mock series which have good number of people working on it so that you can get the percentile which can be closer to the actual one, isn't it? Let's say a particular organization is giving you a mock series and they have a total of 1,000 students taking that mock. And another organization has 30,000 students taking the mock. Of course, the analytics for the 30,000 would be better. And that is where I tell you that use the mocks only from the trusted places, because this formula that I'm going to tell you now will work in that case. Another thing which I would recommend, and I'll come to the formula in a moment, is this book, Bell the Cat. Wonderful. The questions that you can have in your mind before, during and after CAT in terms of your preparation, college selection and final, all these things will be dealt with carefully in your own language with the help of this. I'd seriously recommend you buy this book. Coming back to this formula, what can be your expected CAT percentile? Mock percentile plus 100 minus mock by 2. So let's say you are getting your CAT percentile as 90. Your mock percentile is 90. So 90 plus 100 minus 90, which is 10. 10 divided by 2, 5. So there is a good chance that you will get 95 percentile or so in CAT exam. This is a very simple generic formula. The higher your percentile in the mocks, the lower is the variation in your CAT score. Simple. Let's say you get 80 percentile. With the help of 80 mock percentile, 100 minus 80, which means 20 by 2, so 10. From 80 to you will go to 90 in case of your final exam. This is what you need to bear in mind when you are filling for the colleges. Let's say you get a 90 percentile in your consistent mocks. 90 percentile, then you know that I can fill for 90 percentile colleges and 95 percentile colleges also, maybe 96 as well, but not 99 or 99.9. That will save you a lot of money. Okay, so this is what you need to do. Now, what is the meaning of this thing? Look for consistent mock scores. Consistent. क्या होता है consistent? Consistent means over a period of time, let's say you have taken 10, 20, 30 mocks, and then at least, towards the end of your preparation, somewhere around September, October, or mid-November, when you are finally deciding what all colleges you need to fill, you have to look for the consistent scores during that time. 4 or 5 mocks, consistent. It's not like if you have taken only 5 mocks or 10 mocks or 7, 8 mocks, but the scores are heavily fluctuating. That will not be consistent mock. And you have to pick up the percentile from that mock score, which is from the consistent scores. Very important word. Let's take a look at the next one. You now have to apply to colleges. Now I have written that with plus minus 2 percentile or 3 percentile, but that is only applicable to people who have the mock percentile of 95 and above. Eventually you will use that formula only, right? Let's say you get 80 percentile. Why would you fill the colleges only till 82 or 83? You will fill till colleges of 90, 92 percentile. Okay, so this is just to give you a perspective that now you should apply that college. And how to do that? Authentic source to do this thing, plus also, you should know when a deadline is approaching, what all deadlines are gone, specifics about various B schools in the country. All these things you can find here, IMS B School Zone. You should definitely use that. It is free for use for everybody. It does not mean that you have to be a student here at IMS. Absolutely not. I'm going to show you this. But before that, understand this thing. And now when you are making a list for yourself, create 3 buckets. 3. What is the bucket? First is your aspirational bucket, which means the mock percentile and the aspired or expected CAT percentile that you have created with that formula. Maybe 1 or 2 percentiles more than that. That is your aspirational college. You may get there if you work hard. Second thing is practical, which means the same. Whatever CAT percentile you have predicted, same or slightly less, 1 or 2 percentile less. And the third one is safe, which means quite lower percentile than your predicted CAT percentile. But remember this thing, when you create a safe list, the colleges that you are filling should be of decent return on investment, and you should only fill these colleges when the deadline is before CAT. If the deadline for your so-called safe colleges is after CAT, do not fill these colleges. You will get better clarity on whether you want to get there or not. This is your B School Zone. Very interesting page. All you have to do is to type this thing, bschoolzone.imsindia.com, and see what you will get here. Click on list of programs, application deadline, cutoff, waitlist movement, IIT ready reckoner if you want to go for IITs. So that is also some. You can also compare a couple of colleges here. Score, what not is there? I mean, this is the thing which you should be using, right? And then maybe you should think, oh, IMS really helped us. When I'm going to get 1 crore package, I'm going to give them 99 lakh rupees. No, we don't want your money. We just want you to reach to the right college so that you do not feel guilty about it, and B School Zone is the thing to do. What to do? How to apply B schools after your CAT result? Then of course you have to use the actual percentile. At this time, you will not be able to fill in for any of the colleges whose deadline is over. Fortunately, there are some colleges which are open after the CAT result, and IITs are among those. So be aware of that, and they offer great return on investment. Couple of other good colleges are also there. Again, B School Zone will help you find that out. This might not be the right place to just talk about the list of colleges. That's why I've written that use IMS B School Zone only. And important thing is that if you get your CAT score, please apply for more exams. Let's say your CAT score doesn't work out well, then you have some other exams to fall back on, especially CMAT and Maharashtra CET. They also provide you enough opportunity to get into good B schools which can offer good ROI. Of course, such colleges will be few, but you will get that opportunity. Depending upon your own thought process and your career aspirations, you should not miss out on these January, February, March and April sort of exams. And always remember, before you take the decision, discuss everything with your mentor. Do not take a decision on your own. You are not qualified or capable to do that. Research is your call. Discussion and final decision is going to happen with this. I wish you all the very best. For those of you who are taking the B school thing right now, you might use that immediately. But especially the people who are going for the CAT in the upcoming year, you need to start right away. See you soon.